Hello, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me for another beautiful day of yoga. Today we have a brief little sesh, so find yourself on your mat in a comfortable seated position. Check that your shoulders are directly above your hips. Your spine is nice and elongated. Your head is directly above your shoulders. And your neck is good and tall. And take a moment to just breathe and settle into this space. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice and slow. Settling down from anything that might have happened before this moment. Releasing anything in our mind about the past or the future. Just being here. Just breathing. Noticing our breath. Moving through our body. Taking a moment to check in with yourself, tuning into what you might need from this practice, how you need yourself to show up today in yoga. Maybe choosing a word or a phrase that feels good as a representation of that. For me today, I'm tuning into slowness and presence, slowing down my mind, slowing down my actions, my reactions, my movements, taking more moments throughout the day to just sit and be still, which I feel really facilitates presence and just being present. Whatever it is for you, and then tuning back in with your breath again. And as you inhale, imagine those words and phrases that you feel represent what you need coming in with your inhale. And just letting go of anything that is not in alignment with that. Breathing in your intention and releasing anything else. Breathing in your intention, letting it settle into your body, and releasing anything else. Doing this a few times on your own. The world that we're in can be so chaotic and busy. Taking a moment, even just one moment throughout the day to be still, to sit in silence, to remember your intention, can really do wonders for your peace of mind and for the clarity of your actions and decisions and direction. Just one moment of stillness to remember and connect with your intention. We'll move into a breathwork pattern now, letting go of any thoughts connecting with our physical. Take one hand and place it on your belly. Take the other and place it on your heart space. And as you inhale and feel your breath coming into your belly, coming into your chest, coming up. And then as you exhale, feeling it release back down, dropping your shoulders, feeling your chest drop, feeling your belly tuck in. Breathing in, expanding your belly, expanding your ribs, lifting your heart. And on the exhale, dropping down your shoulders, releasing your breath fully all the way down. Inhale, expanding. And exhale, dropping, releasing. Doing a few rounds of this on your own. And releasing your hands to your knees. And take a moment to let this plane go by. And it's in just the same way that we can let the chaos of life drift by. We can let the thoughts in our mind drift by, just like the airplanes in the sky. They'll come and go and they'll seem so loud and disruptive, but if we sit, remain still, and just notice them, they eventually disappear and we return to our peace. Take your hands and place them on either side of your body. Inhale, looking up, and exhale, dropping your head down. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, coming down. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, coming down. Rotating your right ear over your right shoulder. Feeling that stretch in your neck and in your shoulder. Maybe even a little bit in your front of your shoulder. Nice big inhale, envisioning your breath going directly into that stretch. And as you exhale, drop your head down, forward again. Roll all the way over to your left side and do the same thing. Breathing in, feeling that stretch. Exhale, releasing any tension in that area. Really seeing your breath go directly into that area in your neck and shoulder. And as you exhale, feel the tension melting out of you. Nice big inhale, and on your exhale, roll back forward and bring your head up to center. Inhale your hands up overhead. Reaching up, feeling your spine lengthen and lift. Keeping your shoulders relaxed down your back. Inhale and reach. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart space in a prayer position. Again, connecting with your intention. Breathing that intention in with one inhale. Take and extend your legs out in front of you. This is called staff pose. Inhale your hands up overhead. Feeling the length in your spine, feeling your shoulders relaxed, reaching for the sky. Feeling lifted and strong and spacious in your spine. And as you exhale, bend at the hips, reaching forward. You may have a bend in your knees. You may place your hands on the ground next to you or on your legs. Keep your feet active, pointed up with your toes. Take nice big breaths in, and as you exhale, feel yourself going a little bit deeper. Connecting with your intention again on your next inhale, envision your intention coming in with your breath. And exhale, releasing anything that is not aligned with your intention. And walking your hands back up. Take your feet together in front of you with your legs in butterfly pose. So your feet are flat together, your knees are out next to you. You can hold your feet. Just take a moment here to massage and touch your feet however feels good. Press, wiggle. It's so good to bring awareness to any part of our body simply with touch, mindful touch. Really just feel all the bones in there, feel in between the bones. Just notice what it feels like. Notice if you feel called to any particular area or sensations. Take a nice big breath in, bring your hands up overhead, and exhale, reaching forward in front of you. And as you exhale, just reach a little further, explore your edge. See how much deeper you can go with each exhale. Remember your intention and breathe it in. This one always feels good on my back, like in between my shoulders. And walk your hands back in, bringing yourself up again. Bring your knees together. And then come onto all fours on your mat. Bringing your hands directly under your shoulders with your fingers spread out nice and wide. Really activate your fingertips so you feel like you're just gripping the ground fully with your whole hand and your fingertips, really spreading out your weight across all of your fingers. Check that your knees are under your hips. You can shake out your hips a little bit, any intuitive movement that feels good. And we'll do some cat-cows. What that looks like is breathing in, bringing your head up, dropping your belly, and lifting your hips. And as you exhale, curve your back upwards like a black cat. Drop your head down And bring your hips in. Inhale, coming back up like a cow. Gaze to the sky. Exhale, dropping back down, maintaining a strong base throughout this process. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, dropping down. Going at your own pace, following your breath. So allow your breath to guide your movement. As you feel naturally called to inhale nice and deep, come up. And as soon as you feel called to begin exhaling, begin dropping down. If you feel called to move in any way, moving your hips, moving your belly, anything you feel called to doing, feel free to do so within this movement. Really awakening the body. And then returning to a flat back. And now take your right hand and place it centered in front of you. And then just lean forward. You can place your right hand in front a little more to stretch your wrist. And then lean back. And then take your hand and point your fingers towards your back. Or towards the back of the mat, so towards your feet. And then do the same thing. Lean back a bit to really stretch the front of your, or the inside of your wrist. And then place the back of your hand on the mat with your fingers pointed towards your feet, center of the mat, and then again lean back a little bit and just feel that stretch in your wrist. Breathing in, taking a moment to relax into this stretch. And release. Your right hand at the top of the mat. Bring your left hand centered directly under your heart. Fingers pointed towards the front of the mat. Leaning forward and back. My microphone fell. Just a moment. There we go. And then turning around, placing your palm flat with your fingers pointed towards your toes. Leaning into that. Breathing into the stretch. And switching so that the back of your hand is flat on the mat. Fingers pointed towards your feet and lean back. Stretching your wrist. Beautiful. Returning. There's a little spider joining me. Cutie. Little white spider. So hands directly under your shoulders. We're going to move into a little bit of heat. So take your left foot and or take your left leg and straighten it out behind you, keeping your toes connected to the earth. And just lean back so that you stretch your calf. Lift your toes up off the earth, bringing your leg parallel to the earth, keeping your foot active so that your toes are pointed to the earth. And then take your right hand and arm and extend it straight out in front of you, keeping your gaze forward. Sunbird. Activate your core. Feel yourself lifting from the center up. Really activate your left hand as well on the earth. Make sure your fingers are spread out nice and wide so you have a solid, strong base, stability and connection. Really activate those fingertips. And release your hand to the earth and bring your knee back to the earth. And then take a moment to sit back. So take your knees wide on the mat, bring your toes together, and sit your butt back towards your toes. You can bring your forehead to the earth. Connecting again with your intention. Breathing in that intention. Relaxing into this moment. And coming back up to your tabletop, we'll move to the other side. So extend your right leg straight behind you, keeping your toes planted on the earth. Check that your fingertips are nice and wide and stable, and then just sit back a little bit or move your body back a little bit so you stretch your calf. Envision your breath like a line of white light going right into your calf. Lift your legs that is parallel to the earth, keeping those toes active and pointed down. And when you're ready, lifting your left arm, keeping your palm pointed into the midline, fingers nice and wide. Lifting with your core, really activating your abdominal muscles. If you're shaking, that's good. That's the work. Keep your shoulders relaxed and away from your ears. Activate those right fingertips on the earth. You are amazing. Anytime you feel unstable, just connect with your breath. Really use that inhale to keep you strong, to anchor you down. Keeping your gaze forward. And release your hand to the earth. Release your knee back to the earth. Take your knees wide on the mat. Bring your toes together. And again, sit back. Bringing your forehead to the earth for child's pose. Taking a moment to be grateful for this stillness, for this peace. And coming back up to tabletop. Bring your knees back under your hips. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips up and back for a downward dog. And walk out your feet, so just press your heels up and down. Explore this position. Experiment with bringing your feet a little bit closer towards your hands and see how that feels. And anywhere that you feel tension, consciously breathe into that tension. And consciously exhale, releasing that tension, feeling it melt away with every breath. Bring your gaze to the front of your mat and walk your feet to the top of the mat between your hands. Good old forward fold. Relax everything that's above your hips. Really just hinge out the hips and surrender your upper body. Just swing back and forth. Take your elbows into your hands and just swing. Releasing. And doing whatever feels good. On your next inhale, coming up halfway with a flat back, placing your hands on your thighs. And exhale, returning back down to your fold. Inhale, moving towards chair pose, bringing your hands out in front of you, bending your knees and coming up. And then rising all the way up to standing. Inhale and extend back, keeping your shoulders relaxed. Exhale, bringing your hands down to your heart center in prayer position. Breathing into your heart here. Connecting with your intention. Exhale, dropping your hands down to your sides. Inhale, bringing your hands up overhead. And exhale, coming back down to a forward fold. Plant your hands on the earth and place both feet behind you. Downward facing dog. Place your knees back underneath your hips. And then sit your bum onto your feet. Hero's pose. It's one of my favorites. Remember that we can create this space for ourselves in any moment. It does not matter where we are, what's going on. We can always, for just a moment, close our eyes, connect with our breath, find some silence and stillness within, and allow that to be the anchor, the undercurrent of our entire reality. Checking in with your spine, that it is lifted and spacious, shoulders directly above your hips, head directly above your shoulders. And then move onto your butt, coming back to a seated position. Just a little bit of heat and fire to start your day out right. I got chewed up, so I'm ready to exit this park. And it's all part of the meditation, isn't it? Every bug, every airplane, it's all part of the meditation. Inhale, bringing your hands up overhead. Exhale, bringing your hands down to your heart space. We'll close out our practice with one resonant Om together. We will inhale and exhale at the mouth to cleanse, and then inhale to Om. Inhaling to cleanse. And inhale to Om. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you today in this practice. It is an honor. Jai Bhagwan. Victory to Spirit.